Hi Cita Babes, it's your favorite Cebuana, Karencitta, and welcome back to another episode of the Karencitta Show Season 2. For those who don't know me yet, I'm a global creative director, artist-songwriter, and philanthropist. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology with a Life Sciences option from Penn State University, and I'm currently studying at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Today, we are honored to welcome a visionary entrepreneur and a trailblazer in Cebu's streetwear and skate culture scene. He is the owner and creative designer of Strap Clothing, a brand that has grown from a grassroots idea into one of the most recognizable names in the local urban fashion industry. What's amazing about his story is that he didn't start with hype or trends. It started in the heart of his family's fabric business. From being raised by a fashion designer to learning about textiles and eventually diving into screen printing, he was deeply hands-on and built from the ground up. He even reinvested his early profits back into the family business, which speaks volumes about his mindset and his values. He blended his own creativity, authenticity, and purpose. A Cebuano that lives by the saying, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Please welcome Edel Castañeda. May hapon diha. Del, describe Strap in one word.
Strap in one word. Siguro grit.
Oh my gosh! Timing! It says grit. The drive, stamina, and fortitude to push through any challenge or obstacle until success is achieved.
Yes, sir.
You've been skating for 25 years.
Yeah, since early 2000.
You started as a professional skater in 2003. You were signed by Kaz Onozawa. Correct me if I'm wrong. How did that happen?
Well, before, if skater ka, kanang manotice la na skill set wise, you have the edge to compete with like mga certain competitions that will sponsor you. I met Kaz in Ayala Spot. We call it the Spot. It's at the back gate of CIC.
Yeah.
So I met him there, and then he told me na he's planning to put up a clothing brand. Early 2003, he put up Ripstop. And then I was the first brand ambassador na nag-ride sa iyang brand.
Okay, so before Strap, Cita Babes, there was Repent. How did that come about, and why Repent?
Well, ever since the early days of my skateboarding career, ganahan ko mo himuog ako ang clothing brand.
Okay.
Because before, sikat kayo ang Nick Automatic. Diba? Remember?
Yeah.
Nick Automatic.
The big graphics.
Yeah, product of Uranus. So, I decided to create a, marami siya ka ng passion project lang ba? Pero eventually, it didn't work out. At that time, limited pa akong knowledge about like the production, the printing, and I didn't realize na our patahian can back it up ba?
What was the biggest challenge back then? When you were transitioning from Repent to Strap, what was the biggest challenge?
Well, before it's all about mano-mano, Jude. Like from the creative process of designing to compared today na like evolution on how you can process the designs is dali na lang kayo, like imo na lang i-print, then if i-process nimo siya sa screen para ma-print na nato jud siya sa t-shirt, is like ibutala nimo siya nalay box na marag mo kanang mo sunog sa design na mo transfer siya sa screen. I have like a source of suppliers that can first dito ko mapalit sa mga shirts.
Okay.
And then I have actually kuha ni siya kanang medyo trade secret ni siya, pero before ang mo print sa ako ang shirts katong Repent na brand is si Boots brand dun.
Before si Boots, shout out to Boots.
Before pa siya na
tattoo artist.
Yeah.
The Boots brand that we know.
Dito ko nagpatabang niya.
You mentioned before that if you could change anything in your career, it would be the level of discipline. Why?
Well, let's just say di man dyan nato dili nato malikayan na every experience is a learning curve, so mo na akong marag
discipline in what aspect ang imong gipasabot ato?
Discipline in, let's just say, sa financial side of the business. If ako lang jud tong gipundo and then giro, mas mo dako pa jud mayo ang kuan. I learned the hard way, pero
Right.
yeah.
So you learned things through trial and error.
Yes.
Coming up in the industry, did you have any mentor?
I have mentors, jud. Like, you need to have a mentor for you to visualize the correct path, jud ba. It's for me, it's like a cheat code na ba, like Chad Manzo.
Okay.
Yeah, si Chad is one of the I'll consult ko niya, like, Chad, is this okay, ana like,
Mura ka ng third eye. Kay mao na tawag na mo sa music, di ba, Ron? Third ear. Sa sige na itong balik-balik ug mano-mano, lahi atong padunggon, which is our third ear.
yeah.
So third eye na ni mo balik.
So bati sad siya if puros lang yes man ang nasa imuhang
Correct.
circle ba, so straightforward siya mo.
Prangka.
Prangka siya mingon. Then sa production side is my mom.
Oh.
Because she handles the operations man jud sa main
Wow.
business. Yeah, so before jud
You're the
ako.
eldest?
Youngest. I have an
pila
older
mo ka, Bo?
brother, Duhara.
Okay. Is he
Yeah.
also active in the family business?
No, he's a chef.
Okay. So lahi.
Pero wala siya dire. Overseas na siya, overseas.
Okay. Speaking of challenges, let's talk about scaling the business, which is a huge challenge for all of us. In terms of scaling Strap, what is the biggest eye opener for you?
First of all, if you can't create a system how to sustain your company, mo down jud siya, diba? So what I did is, like you said earlier, trial and error, and then eventually I created a system na okay, this system works para mo sustain, like para ma-sustain jud ang company. Parehas karon is kuha na jud siya, stable na jud siya. Like
Is it true na ROI ang Strap pag 2020?
Actually it's 2021.
2021.
Pandemic ni ROI
Wow.
siya. Maka-create na ko ako ang team, like
Outsource.
like na ko graphic designers,
In-house.
mga in-house na
Dili na mga kanang on-call per project basis.
So inana makakuan ako, and then maka-support na siya eventually, not just sa business side and sa akong personal side, like kapalit na kog auto. Gani.
Yeah.
Like, charge lang ako. Sige, company car lang ni siya.
The simple things in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the happiness in your wife,
Yeah, exactly.
your child. Lahi ra
And
gyud.
kuha na jud, like, makalarga na mi, maka-afford, maka-enjoy na siya ba. So, yeah, so back sa imong question na sa sustainability is dapat ka maka-create og something,
A system,
yeah, like a system.
a structure.
Yeah, structure jud. Pero di na siya overnight. Magsige jud kag kasayo pa na until ma-learn mo, okay, hala, na mo na ni siya. Inani na ni siya. What I've learned over the years of running the business is para na ko siya ma-upscale, I need to get a bigger profit jud.
More volume.
So how can I sell more volume and introduce it to new people is I take advantage with yung atong mga tools na naakaron, especially sa internet. Dili na nako siya mapugnan kini ni gawas na jud siya ba. Yeah, organically.
It's more than skateboarding na.
Yeah, organically ni gawas na jud siya sa skateboarding.
So dili na siya matawag og skatewear. It's street fashion.
Yeah, something like a lifestyle. Pero nagya po yung mga, I can't blame people, like especially mga mo gatekeep about,
Yes.
okay, like okay.
Culture mag yun na sa skateboarding actually.
Kano mo sulod man ka na, di mga skater. So,
or even just songs or music. Dili ni mo i-introduce og liner mga artists or new rappers nga underground kay ba. Part yun as a culture. So you mentioned team members kanina. What do you look for in terms of recruiting creatives and entrepreneurs and skaters as ambassadors? Let's differentiate those. What do you look for in those categories? Gosh, we face so many challenges and maintaining our health often takes a back seat. But Immuni Plus helped me stay relieved from stress. It refreshed me throughout the day and recovered from my busy sched. It's a ready-to-drink sachet that supports my immune system naturally. No mixing, no hassle. I've experienced the difference, Sita babes, and I know you will too. Check out Immuni Plus today and take the next step in building a better, healthier you. Relieved, refreshed, refreshed, recovered.
Well, for the creatives, number one is the mindset. Dapat muling say tawag gani ka ng
Aligned mo sa values and sa mission, which is to uplift the skateboarding community.
yeah, exactly. That's for the creative. Ambassadors is number one is the attitude. Jud.
Do you care about the number of followers and the virality?
Not really, pero I can also it's a big help sa brand, pero number one jud is the attitude. That's the formula na among gibuhat even since pag-start na mo.
Can you expound? Attitude, like what exactly?
Attitude, like
if I was a skater and I was like, bro,
yeah.
can you please sign
Okay,
me?
sige.
What are you looking for from me?
Yeah, because usually ang mga skateboarders jud mga gahi jud kay mga nadyo na sila ilahang nadyo na sila ilahang. I mean, I can't blame them kay inana sa ko.
Inana ka sa una.
Yeah,
Yes, that's the best part of your situation. You
Yeah.
were a skater, so you understand.
Yeah, so back when sa ako ang heyday, inana sa jud ko na if unsay istorya sa sponsor, lahi akong buhaton.
Agoy.
Yeah, so nakaagi sa ko ana ba. Pero in order to like create a long-term relationship with the brand ba, kailangan sa jud ka mo at least na lang mo like follow gamay like
Mentorable, kumbaga.
mentorable ka like okay dapat inani ang buhaton inani pero it's a love and hate relationship jud in terms
Wow.
of like kanang pero at the end of the day okay raman sad.
How many years? What was the longest ambassador that stayed with you? How many years has he stayed with you?
At first jud since pagsugod naman, it's all about friends and family. Like, di na mo siya matawag og brand ambassador. Pero those guys na, mga friends na mo na nag-represent jud, even though wala, it's not written gani, wala may kabayad nila, di may makabayad, pero
Authentic support is
yeah,
there.
authentic support lang mo makuha nila gani. Like, if mingon kog how many years, until now, kato sila naagyapon.
Napaghihapon.
Oo. Pero
Wow.
in a way, na feel sa jud nako na since pagsugod nako, they really believe with the
They
brand.
believe in the mission.
Sa vision sa brand gani.
Let's talk about Ayala Spot, this open area that became a sort of the unofficial home for skaters in Cebu back in the day. What's powerful is the way that Edel describes it. It's not just a place to skate, but a place where you saw the birth of a culture. The word revolution is strong, and it speaks volumes about how deep the movement ran even back then. It wasn't just about the tricks or cruising around. It was about the energy, the community, and building something from the ground up. Edel, Cebu has this raw, underrated energy when it comes to skate. How have you seen the skate scene in Cebu evolve since you first started in 2003? And what are the biggest changes that you've noticed? You've been around for so long.
Tiguangan na ako paminaw. Dako jud kay siya kausaban. Maybe because of technology sad mo dyan na isa nas nakatabang. When it comes to
What about the infrastructure? Skate parks?
nasa daghan mga skate park before, but the only problem is it's a private skate park. Main problem is sustainability. They cannot sustain it for like pila ka tuig. Skate park man gud karon, if magnegosyo kag skate park, expect lang jud ka na walay kwarta kuan kay na number one, market nimo imong niche is dili inana sad ka kuan. What di ka afford, di
Walang
tanan ka
demand.
afford.
Wala
Yeah.
po yung affordability.
Yeah, so muna siya ang struggle before. And if you're talking about karon present, since Margielyn Didal won the gold from Asian Games, she won the gold. It changed the stigma ba like ang pagtanaw sa mga local government kani about skateboarding. So ever since ni gi-appeal ang skateboarding, gi-consider ang skateboarding as a sport sa Olympics. Sakto sad ang timing sa paghimo sa Philippine team. And then si Margie nakadaog. Dako kay siya tabang. Actually si Margie jud nagpa-open sa tanan. Siya nag-open sa gate. And then dila ko sure pero namag may mga insiders na kuan. Naghatag og budget ang Philippine government. Gi-spread out niya through sa tibok Philippines to create skate parks.
Oh, respect.
Kana tali sa skate park.
And libre ra maka-access ra anyone.
Accessible ra tanan.
Okay.
So even though it's not that world class na standards,
You gotta start somewhere.
yeah, at least naa siya ba.
Yeah.
Naay facility for the younger generations kanito evolve and practice.
You mentioned that you were inspired by the Cubao Expo in Manila. What was it like witnessing the difference between Manila's skate infrastructure and Cebu's more improvised setups?
To add context of that one is I was talking about the attend ko sa anniversary sa THE. THE is a clothing brand. And then I was like, oh, na-amaze ko ba kasi natapok niya tanan like skateboarders, MCs, DJs, B-boy. Natapok niya isa ka lugar. Then mo to ang gawa sa iyang shop. So I was like, oh, ako ning kailangan ko ni buhaton diri dadon ko ni. When I started Strap, I told my team na, oy, let's celebrate every year.
Wait, ikapila na kayo imong anniversary this year?
12 na.
12.
Wa pa jud
Congrats.
ka nakakuan.
I know.
Kailangan na ka.
Yes.
Yeah, surprise lang good. Wow na ka.
When I think about Strap, para nako it's more than business. Ang imong ginabuhat yun is culture. Unsa ang biggest takeaway nimo as a negosyante about culture building within a company? Kaya it can't always be non-profit. It can't always be buddy-buddy or homie-homie and friendship. It can't always be that like that. Kaya dili siya sustainable. So
Yeah,
ginaunsa na nimo
exactly.
pag-balance ang culture ug ang negosyo.
Well, siguro that's why niya ako nimo ni ROI si Strap to 2021. Kaya for that span of that year, sige lang dyan may gabuno, sige lang ako gabuno. Gi-make sure lang dyan ako na intact ang culture sa brand ba. Like intact ang culture sa skateboarding, and then every year we make sure na mag-anniversary party mo give back mi sa among community. Na ako'y care sa culture, and then sila sad marasag ni boomerang sad ba na okay mo support mi nimo na marag na give sa tawag na give and take lang mi
Na reciprocate nila.
ni reciprocate ra siya.
Skateboarding's rise to the Olympics, like we mentioned kanina, is a huge milestone that shows how the culture is evolving slowly but surely. How do you see Strap adapting to this mainstream acceptance while staying true to your roots and authenticity?
Kinda anticipate sa nanamo.
Pero dili ba ito cliche ang mga design or too trendy or viral?
Yeah.
How do you balance the two? How do you marry it?
It's all about kon magud, like kung unsa sad akong nasad ko yung mga gina-follow na mga idol ako na brands
Okay.
as an inspo.
Yeah, someone that you want to emulate. We all have that. That's so normal.
Exactly. So those brands also, as I observe, asa na sila karon, like for example, ang skateboarding today is grabe kayo, especially mga skate brands sa Europe, sa US. Inana na sila kadako na ang mga designer brands na makig-collab nila.
Wow.
Yeah, like for example, Louis Vuitton x Supreme, Palace x Gucci. I think for me, why di siguro siya di ma-affected ang brand for me is ang sense of direction is dapat kami gapoy magbuot. Kay what I've observed sa kato, like sa Palace, nag-collab sila sa Gucci. Ang aesthetic is more Palace jud gyapon. Like ang look Palace gyapon. Pero Gucci lang gi-collaban.
What would you tell your younger self when you were starting out? Not just in skating, but about life and business. What would you tell younger Edel?
I would tell younger Edel na it's worth it to tanan na imong gi-sacrifice.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ako siya i-congratulate. Because if the younger Edel took that risk, there will be no Strap.
And what do you think the future holds for Cebu's skate scene, and how do you see yourself contributing to that?
The future of Cebu skateboarding is very bright, especially na-shift nato ang mecca of skateboarding So before it was in Luzon, right now it's in Cebu. Cebu nagi considered as mecca of skateboarding.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because of our grabe ato mga talents there, especially na sila Margie, sila Motek. I don't know if you know Motek. Future of skateboarding, aside from more parks, you're gonna see more skaters that will be paid by bigger companies.
We have a signature finale question. This is called the Healing Playlist. What piece of art, song, or lyric, or anything related to art resonates with you that impacted you the most in your life?
Let's just say it's a song, Biggie Smalls. Yeah.
Which one?
Katayang
Hypnotize?
No, katong, I think Hypnotize man siguro to. Asa.
It was all a dream.
No, not that one.
Juicy.
Wait. Gikuan gito ni Jokoy, iya gito gipatokar.
Why Biggie? Like, why has he impacted you the most in your life?
Since I was a kid, my uncle influenced me to Biggie. Dagan akong uncle og mga Biggie Smalls na tapes.
Oh, tapes.
Yeah, tapes pa.
Dude, you should keep those.
Yeah, I think napag dito.
Yeah, keep it.
So ever
Yung lang
since
design ba para sa balay or sa studio?
ever since bata ko, Biggie Smalls ako madunggan ganyan. And then I was curious about him, so gi-research ako siya.
Respect. Okay, and this is where we will end our conversation. Edel, thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you. And to all the listeners that are tuned in, I hope you were able to reflect on your own journey and how you can use Edel's knowledge to propel your life forward. If this episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with a friend who might need to hear it too. I kind of like thinking of every relationship like a string that starts with hey, and it stretches all the way through life. And every conversation along that string, it's like a little light bulb. You know those cafe lights you see hanging at cozy spots? The more real conversations we have with each other, the brighter that string glows. This is Karencitta of the Karencitta Show, Season 2. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts. Until next time, keep creating, keep building, and always stay open to the deeper narrative. And I'll see you next week. Edel, thank you. Thank you. Oh, oi! Showing up in style, that is bare minimum. Whether I'm in the studio or in the boardroom, H&M is my plug. Just like Cebuana, it's fashion that hits. Fashion and quality at the best price in a sustainable way. Always H&M. Surprise! Since you're a loyal Sita babe, I'm giving you a limited time 10% off discount on your next lash appointment at Yash Eyelash Cebu. Just use my code #YashKarencitta10. You're welcome! Hi, Sita Babes. As a global creative director, I navigate both the creative and entrepreneurial worlds. I've always been in the pursuit for the untold narrative, the lessons that lie beneath the surface, and the unique perspectives that can shape a deeper connection within our community. It's these incredible stories that shape who we are and connect us in unexpected ways. Welcome to the Karencitta Show, Season 2. We're going to have intimate and inspirational conversations with thought leaders about topics that truly matter. After all, we all have a story to tell. Make sure you follow us on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts.